So this is another kind of overview video of what's going on with marijuana currently. It's May 21 when I'm making this video. It's actually June, just flipped into June. So this is the map I showed in the previous video. So what drove this? I mean, this has been an extraordinary change in public opinion towards marijuana, and this is probably the quickest policy change at state level that it rivals almost anything. All of these states, if you think back, the first state that legalized was 2012. And in 9 years, we've had just this dominoes falling of states legalizing. It's been extraordinary. The federal government's still kicking and fighting. They won't. There's currently a bill floating around the U.S. House. Oddly enough, it's bipartisan. If you know our politics, very few things are bipartisan. In fact, the two sponsors of the bill are Republicans, which would remove marijuana from the list of Schedule I narcotics under federal law. If you didn't know, this is what's called the Drug Control Act, and marijuana is classified as a Schedule I narcotic in the same category with heroin and methamphetamine. The two criteria for being a Schedule I narcotic are that it has to be highly addictive, which is a dubious claim with marijuana, and that it have no accepted medical uses, which I'll do a later video on this, but that's turning out to be not a true claim either. So how did this happen? You know, when Washington legalized, let's look at what happened here with survey questions, survey data. Pew Forum runs this survey every 10 years. They started it back in 1969, and the blue line is, so the question was, should marijuana be legalized or kept legal? The blue line is illegal, and the orange line is legal. And you see, back in 69, when all of this kind of kicked off, only 12% of Americans thought that it should be legal. This sort of crept up almost to the Reagan years, and then it dropped in the Reagan years, and then 1990. Of course, we have that famous moment where Clinton on the campaign trail claimed, yeah, I smoked it in college, but I didn't inhale. So it kind of crept up. It gained some. Then 1991, 31% agreed that it should be legal in the survey. 2009, 32. But look what happened. This is about, these two lines cross. So we had in 1969, 84% thought it should be illegal. And today it's only about 32%. So where did these lines cross here? It was about 2009. So this was about the time that states started legalizing marijuana. And you see this line just sort of shot up. And they also crossed over. And now it's somewhere close to 70% of all Americans believe that marijuana should be legalized. Almost 70%. But like I said, the federal government is sort of kicking and screaming against this, or at least some parts of it. And it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense when you have all of these states that are legalizing and it conflicts with federal law. I'll do a separate video on this. This is a very strange situation. And I put these two graphs into this dashboard here to show. Of course, CBD first became fashionable. It was the first kind of hemp-based product. If you don't know what CBD is, you've probably been hiding under a rock, because it is a very profitable product. In any town in America, you're likely to find some CBD stores. They're usually pretty close to the tattoo parlor. And CBD-infused products have begun to just explode. There's CBD-infused wines. There's oils. There's this new sort of very upscale products that are being advertised on TV containing CBD. CBD is it does not contain very much THC at all. It's usually 0.5% THC. THC, tetrahydrocannabinol, is the chemical in marijuana that provides the sort of high, the euphoric feeling, and it contains a very small amount of that. CBD is basically hemp oil. If you know anything about hemp, it's an extremely versatile product. CBD has had it's shown some medical uses, including maybe perhaps decreasing blood pressure, inducing relaxation. It helps with those kind of things. In fact, a lot of the new products that are being marketed on TV market it as an extreme relaxation thing. And you see what's happened here. The sales have gone through the roof. This, of course, is in millions of dollars U.S. So we're looking here in 2022, this is projected to be a $2 billion almost industry per year. And, you know, this is big for states. They're generating tons of sales revenue off of CBD products. But in states that have legalized, they're also generating tons of tax revenue off of sales of legal recreational marijuana. If you've not been to a state with legal recreational marijuana, these are pretty upscale places. My favorite dispensary, Chalice Farms in the Northwest District of Portland, Oregon, it's like walking into a gourmet tea shop. It's very nice. You have to scan your ID when you come in, so they're not selling to kids or, you know, felons, or I don't know what you got to do to lose your license nowadays. But and it's very upscale. They have a menu. Their salespeople are very bright and personable and knowledgeable. And you see, this has turned into a major industry. These states are generating millions in tax revenue off of legal recreational marijuana being sold retail. Of course, this has some other consequences that we'll get into later. But, you know, there's even weed tourism. There's a place in Colorado called 420 Tours. It's all-inclusive tour, like touring wine country in like Walla Walla in Washington or California, where they provide the hotel and the ground transfers and the airfare. You pay one ticket price and you get the whole shamir, and they drive you around to dispensaries to sample products. So this has become hugely profitable, and it's sort of an exciting time for those of us who are enthusiastic about marijuana and believe that it should be legalized because, of course, studies have shown it's probably safer for you than alcohol. So more to come. Please stay tuned to this channel. I'm posting videos every day for the next foreseeable future, and I'd like to do one next about how weird this is when you have states that are reaping these huge profits and the federal government still considers it illegal. So more to come. Stay tuned.